What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is DJCS. Welcome to an all-new video here on my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be discussing some new information, kind of rehashing information we've already known and refreshing our minds on the upcoming GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced. Going forward, I guess they're not even going to call it Expanded and Enhanced, according to Cade Onder on Twitter, a writer for Screen Rants. He said that it's just going to be called GTA 5. So there you go. But like I said, we're going to be talking about that. This information comes from Rockstar. They've finally given us some information on this. They finally broke their code of silence and are talking about this. There's no trailer. There's no actual visual representation of this expanded and enhanced features, but they have released a newswire on a lot of the features and details about this upcoming third release now of this game. So if you're new here and you really like GTA and things like Red Dead, Rockstar games, I do a lot of videos for GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you're new here and you like those kind of things, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will be doing more videos for the Expanded and Enhanced once it drops. I just copped a PlayStation 5 2 weeks ago, right in time for the release of Expanded and Enhanced. So I'll be covering all the information that comes out with the game, all the new vehicles, all the new features, all that stuff. So like I said, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this video, go ahead and drop it a like. I would greatly appreciate that. So, like I said, this is now the third installment of this now almost 9-year-old video game. And the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. And with each installment has come better graphics, new features, all that stuff. So it's no surprise that on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X version, we get new features. Let's go ahead and zoom in here a bit. You guys can see better. There we are. GTA 5 and GTA Online coming March 15th for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Transfer story mode progress now, plus first details on GTA Online profile migration. So Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online arrive for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and S on March 15th, delivering the action-packed blockbuster story mode adventure in the dynamic, ever-evolving world of GTA Online to the latest generation consoles with a host of improvements for new and returning players. These new versions of GTA 5 and GTA Online introduce high-end PC visuals to the console experience with new graphics modes featuring up to 4K resolution, a frame rate up to 60 frames per second, improved texture quality, HDR options, and ray tracing, as well as utilizing the technical advancements of the latest console hardware for faster loading times, immersive 3D audio, support for platform-specific features, and more. I don't know what platform-specific features necessarily are, but we'll continue on. So this photo, if this is from Expanded and Enhanced, does look better quality, but you can make photos look a lot better than the actual game is. I don't want to say I do it all the time, but I do it lots of times for my thumbnails. People do it all the time for their thumbnails. Grand Theft Auto 5, experience the interwoven stories of Franklin, Michael, and Trevor across the sun-soaked metropolis of Los Santos in the backwoods countryside of Blaine County in greater detail than ever before, with stunning, all-new levels of visual detail. Choose from one of 3 detailed new graphic settings to tailor your gameplay experience for what matters most to you. So this is one of the new features that we haven't really known about, but I think some people kind of figured, because it's kind of common in video games to have different settings. One that highlights performance and one that highlights visual, if that makes sense. So we have fidelity mode, which is tuned for the highest visual quality and targets 30 frames per second. In this mode, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X support native 4K resolution with ray tracing enabled, while the Xbox Series S supports upscaled 4K resolution. So the better it looks, the less frames per second you get, basically. Then you have performance mode, which is tuned for the most responsive gameplay experience and targets 60 frames per second. In this mode, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X support upscaled 4K resolution, while the Xbox Series X supports a resolution of 1080. So performance mode gives you better frames per second, but less visuals. In addition, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X have performance RT mode, a hybrid of the fidelity and performance mode, supporting upscaled 4K resolution with ray tracing enabled and targeting 60 frames per second. So that upscaled 4K is what really kind of kicks me in the ass, because you spent so much time on this game and we have to get upscaled 4K. The Xbox One X does upscaled 4K. And it looks good, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't look as good as natural 4K or native 4K. So that kind of boggles the mind a little bit there, but it's great that we can get 4K and 60 frames per second. So moving on, we see another image here, which again doesn't really add to the expanded and enhanced. Does it look great? Yes. But I've seen some mods where, like, and, you know, granted there's no rain or anything here, but where the reflections are just stunning, beautiful. Like if there's a puddle of water and you see the sky fucking reflected in it, like, I don't know. These new versions also offer across-the-board improvements, including faster loading times, which is to be expected, increased population and traffic variety. I'm hoping for animals. I know people say it's GTA 5. What the hell do you care about animals? And of course, yes, story mode does have animals. I'm hoping for animals in online. Again, what do you care about animals? Well, I've always felt like the animals make it more immersive. That's one thing I love about Red Dead Online, because that world is just so immersive, because you have animals and you have NPCs and you never know, like, and it's always different, mostly. The interactions you have with them. It's never the same. I mean, a lot of the NPCs say and do the same things, but a lot of the animals, again, they're never in the same area. Sometimes they move around a lot, and when you interact with them, they react in different ways. And they said for GTA 5 for the PlayStation 4 that the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox Series or Xbox One couldn't handle that kind of graphic detail. And I can't remember what the exact article was, but somebody from Rockstar said that it would be too hard for them to make to put in the same, like, for example, a dog for somebody in America and then somebody in Australia, and they have the same dog animal show up. And to me, I'm like, you do that with NPCs and vehicles all the time. How the hell is it really any different for an animal? It's just coding, and it's no different coding for an NPC person or vehicle than it is for an animal. Nonetheless, we moved on from that with, like I said, Red Dead Redemption 2 Online. Increased vegetation density, so we're going to have better foliage. Improved lighting quality across shadows, water reflections, and other elements. Plus improved anti-aliasing, motion blur, highly detailed new explosions, fire, and much more. Now, anti-aliasing, if you don't know what that is, I didn't know what it is, so I had to look it up. It's basically, and I'll put an image here on the screen. I see it a lot in Photoshop. If there's perfect, like, jagged edges, it kind of blurs those jagged edges so that it doesn't seem so sharp, I guess is the right word I'm looking for. It kind of it blurs the edges. That's the best way I can describe it. There's also new levels of responsiveness and haptic feedback and dynamic resistance via the adaptive triggers on PlayStation 5's DualSense wireless controller, adding new sensations to weather effects, directional damage, rough road surfaces, explosions, and much more. So if you're driving down a dirt road, your controller's going to vibrate. If the when the thunder goes off, your controller's going to vibrate. All that good fun stuff. Platform-specific features also include immersive audio using Tempest 3D positional audio on PlayStation 5 and spatial sound on Xbox Series X and S. So that's cool. Doesn't mean much to me. I play with headphones, so. We have a vehicle here. This looks like it's possibly one of Hal's new paint jobs or something like that. It does say, obviously it says Hal's right on the side of it, so there you go. I don't know. I kind of wish they would do a full reworking of the whole liveries and all that stuff and give us better options to customize it more. Like, sure, this is the livery we have, but we can choose the colors we want on it. You know, that'd be great. The massive and unrivaled experience of GTA Online, with an unprecedented 8+ years worth of gameplay additions delivered across over 40 unique updates, will continue to evolve with the power of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. This new generation of GTA Online includes a range of new vehicles and a new addition to the Los Santos car meet, HAL's Special Works. HAL's Special Work encompasses best-in-class vehicle upgrades, a new class of races using specially modified vehicles, and a weekly rotation of HAL's Special Works times trials. Okay, so we're going to have 3 kinds of time trials now, along with a premium test ride where you can get behind the wheel of these newly modified vehicles for free. In addition to access being included as part of GTA 5, GTA Online will also now be available for the first time as a standalone title for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Plus, for the first 3 months from launch, GTA Online will be available to download and keep for free for PlayStation 5 players. Go PlayStation! Making it easier than ever before for new players to experience everything GTA Online has to offer now. Coming into these last couple weeks here, I've been concerned over the whole GTA Online standalone version, because coming up to it, I've heard GTA 5 expanded and enhanced, and I've heard GTA Online standalone. What I haven't heard is GTA Online expanded and enhanced. And it should be kind of a no-brainer, like a no-duh. Of course it's going to be expanded and enhanced when it comes with the GTA 5 story mode, but this is Rockstar we're talking about. And I honestly wouldn't put it past them to release GTA Online not expanded and enhanced, just with new features that come with the better capabilities of a PlayStation 5 and Series X and S. I'm not saying it's not. Just coming into it, there was no real clear, descript, yes, GTA Online will be expanded and enhanced. Again, coming up to this, it wasn't spelled out, I guess I'd say. And maybe I'm dumb for thinking that or whatever, but it was never said that online will be expanded and enhanced. So that was kind of bothering me, but this is kind of easing those woes. Moving on. New players might need more than just a pistol in their belt strap to survive Los Santos, so we're introducing a new career builder feature designed especially for new players or anyone who wants to reset their character and get a fresh start. To get an introductory leg up in the criminal world of Southern San Andreas, with this system, you get a GTA $4 million windfall to select essentials including business properties, vehicles, and weapons. Now, coming into this, I was under the impression that business properties, vehicles, and weapons would be included with this career builder, like the new criminal enterprise, basically starter pack. But according to that statement, it's not. You get $4 million to buy that stuff. Continuing on. Furthermore, GTA Online for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S has an assortment of new quality of life improvements, including a newly designed introduction and tutorials for new players, a new front and main menu that allows you to jump directly into free mode, heist, races, adversary modes, and the latest featured weekly event content, and more. So this part of it is like the Red Dead Online main menu. When you go to there, you see you could do a shootout series or another one of the event series or something like that, a race or something like that, or you could go to your camp, you could go to New Austin, New Hanover, Lemoyne, or just go into free mode. Those are the choices you have. It has different choices for you at the start of the online menu instead of just jumping you in like the older versions of GTA Online do. Where it's either your last spawn location or your chosen spawn location, being like your bunker or your CEO office or your house or wherever. So that's kind of cool. You'll have different options of where you want to spawn in, which could, I don't want to say alter the lobbies. Maybe we'll even have a feature to join our friends from there. So who knows? But one thing I did see, new quality of life improvements. Hopefully that includes animals. Just something I kind of look for. I don't know. Story mode in GTA Online character transfers. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players will be able to transfer both their GTA 5 story mode progress and their current GTA Online characters in progress to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S or across console platforms. with a one-time migration for each. Starting today, players can begin transferring their story mode progress by uploading a save to the Rockstar Games Social Club. To begin this process, enter GTA 5 into your current console account and go to the Game tab of the pause menu. From there, select the Upload Save Game option. Please note, you can only store one game save per platform at a time, and saves remain available to download for 90 days. Players with a Rockstar Games Social Club account will also be able to migrate their GTA Online character progress to PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X and S on March 15th upon loading up the game on either of these new consoles. This migration includes any characters, GTA money, progression, stats, vehicles, properties, weapons, clothing, and player-created jobs. GTA 5 and GTA Online will be available digitally on March 15th through the PlayStation 5 console store and the Microsoft Store, with pre-purchase and preloading beginning on March 8th and physical releases coming in April. So that sucks for anybody on the PlayStation 5 side who bought the disc version of the PlayStation 5. Because sure, you can still go and get it digital, which is fine. But if you want the hard copy, you're gonna have to wait till April. Stay tuned for more details. For GTA Online platform migrations, purchase GTA money, so your shark cards, your microtransactions, can only be transferred between platforms of the same family, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, Xbox One to Xbox Series. All earned GTA money will transfer regardless of platform. So if you bought a shark card and that money is still sitting in your bank, I don't know why it would be, it won't transfer. However, if you bought something with those shark cards, it will. Problem solved. And that is it. That's pretty much all they've given us. Will they give us a trailer? Who the hell knows? It could come out next Tuesday, a week before. It could come out Thursday, 5 days before. It could come out Friday, 4 days before. Or sorry, Thursday would be 6 days before, essentially, because Thursday into Friday is 1 day, so on and so forth. Friday would be 5 days before. The trailer could come out Tuesday on the 15th, when the game comes out, when the new version comes out. Who knows? Rockstar knows, or maybe they don't. Maybe Rockstar doesn't even know when they're going to decide to release a trailer, if they release a trailer for this. But it's kind of great that they finally broke their code of silence for the information. And a lot of this is information we already knew. It's information we already knew about. It's nothing new to us. A lot of us who've been kind of combing the internet for information about this expanded and enhanced. Those of us who follow like Tez Funds 2 and other GTA data miners and whatnot, if you will, leakers. But it's great that they finally told us something, I guess, about this game. So like I said, I'm going to be covering all the new features that come out with expanded and enhanced. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm not going to call it GTA 5 because reasons, I guess. Anyway. So like I said, I will be covering all the new information that comes out, all the new vehicles, all the new features, all the new cool things you can do in this game that I've been covering for a long time now. And I won't bombard you guys with what happens if you do this, because I will let you guys experience that for yourself. Nonetheless, my name is DJCS, guys. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like. I would greatly appreciate that. With all that said and done, have a good one, guys, and as always, don't forget to tip your DJ. Later, dudes.